It's October 12th, 2022. I'm watching the weatherman, Legalberg. I'm listening to, um, he comes on with, first I'm looking at the arrows um, that are not linearly congruent. Some are spinning in different directions. So I'm wondering if that's like a polar change. Um, But moreover than that, next up after this future cast, and they have it labeled as GUSTS, which again, I don't speak big Navy, big Air Force, and Army necessarily that I'm aware of. But I'm trying to read public service announcements for myself. And in areas where I'm deficient because they've left me in some lurch where I can't find them to offer myself for service, and it's like they almost just don't exist and have no idea how to survive. So I'm watching, and next comes on water vapor. And I'm like, right, water vapor, but water vapor indicative of like an aqueous vapor. So I look it up on Google, my version, the Maxi iPad, whatever they allow me to know on that for some consciousness that's cohesive. And in it, it says that it is a translucent, like the um, in indication is that it's translucent, meaning like see through, there's no color to it. I'm like, okay. Normally they show it as some like white or gray wisps. But for some reason in this area on this day, they're representing it as a like black. It almost looks like either something's burning somewhere in the world and it's causing this whatever that they're mixing into the visual of this water vapor, and it's about to come into our area and sweep in with the gusts. And I'm thinking to myself, where are they burning something and how is it getting here, and is that part of this like carbon monoxide, and like they call it greenhouse gases, but like I don't know what they're indicative of. Like the humans, they say a lot of words, but as far as keeping like the public in the know and consciously connected in like a neural networking way, it seems there's a big disconnect because there's different layers of understanding, overstating, and knowing, it feels. And then there's just the garbage circus speak that they throw out there. And it feels like they don't really care whether we know or we don't. But it seems like it's impacting one's health, especially on the like blood gas and whatnot that I have on report from one of the local area hospitals. I mean, I don't have a air monitor or an air quality monitor. I don't know how to apply for one. I don't know who you apply to. I don't know if just anybody can get one and start monitoring. Again, there's been no classes on this. There's been no education on this. There's been no community affairs on this. There's been radio static silence. Just a lot of dangerous health phenomenon that's crept up, and I have no idea where it's even coming from and what would be creating this black, ominous, almost soot looking cloud. And I don't know what they're burning that would cause this, but then it becomes a breathable portion of the air and it sits at the windowsill. I mean, it comes on the outside of the windows, it comes on the inside of the windows. You stay indoors most of the time, but then you start to atrophy or start to put on weight and your heart starts to deteriorate. So one wants to go out and do cardiovascular, but is it safe to even be breathing this air? It doesn't seem like it. Some days there's more energy and oxygen, it feels, than others. Some days my lips turn so white, but I have no idea what the invisible gases in the air are. And then I get super tired. Some days I have color in my lips and I'm able to walk a few times a day. I never know what day is what, or the quality of the day that I'm trying to maneuver within. And it's like trying to be part of the cure instead of part of the problem. I don't even know who to ask for help because it's been so radio static silence with some kind of cryptic, well, we put it out there. I don't know if anybody's able to like figure it out or make mention of it. See if like the words travel on the wings of angels back to wherever it is. I mean, like that's like the only hope left. So here, how these are changing directions. And this is what frightens me. So it says water vapor. And then, which normally looks something like this, but then there's all of this brown and black. I mean, and it's coming in. Here's New York, and Northeast Coast. What is all of this? And if you listen to what he's saying, he doesn't say anything about air quality, about breathing, about a health risk. There's no talk of it. It's just, I don't know where all of this is coming from and where, like, the origin of it. I have no idea. But this does not, the word translucent doesn't apply to this. Even though when I look for a definition of water vapor, it says it's some aqueous property of water when it's in some cycle of water in a gas state. Water vapor satellite, as you can see this front right here, and it can even trace some of the moisture all the way down to Tropical Storm Carl in the Bay of Campeche. So this is loaded up with moisture, and I'll have the track of Carl with the new update coming up after 4:30 to near 5 o'clock. So here's the front, and it's straight. The front. And that's what I normally see. But what is this black, non-translucent cloud? I mean, and how is that affecting the health in the New York area? Where's the origin of this cloud? Who's to blame for this cloud? How does one get it shut down or shut off? It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.